what I'm going to show you today is sorry, let me just move this here. Okay, so today what I'm going to show you is how Salesforce Field Service will connect your customers, your dispatchers, and your engineers in one flow from request to resolution. We'll start where your customers are. So a case or a booking comes through via phone call or from the web or email. We'll convert that into a work order with the right asset, entitlement, and SLAs, and then we'll schedule it based on skills, location, parts, and calendars. And then on the day of the job, the technician's mobile app works fully offline with safety checklists, guided steps, and stocks if we need to. We'll capture photos, notes, and also the customer signature. And then we'll also trigger real-time updates back to the dispatch and to the customer with any live ETAs as well. Finally, we'll close the loop with debrief time materials and a quick view of KPIs, things like, as Sean mentioned, first-time fixed rates, travel times, SLA attainments, things like that. So what to listen for on this demo is that you will have fewer manual handoffs, you'll have faster scheduling, and accurate field data flowing straight into your sales and service cloud and your ERP if it's connected. And if this maps to your world, you'll have planned maintenance, emergency callouts, installs. You'll see how Salesforce Field Service improves your first-time fixed rates, reduces your travel, and it'll also lift your customer CSAT scores. At the end of the demonstration, I'll hand it over to Patty, and then towards the end of it, we'll have any Q&A. So just bear in mind, if you do have any questions, we'll take those questions towards the end of the demonstration. So as I said, a case will come in. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a case. So this will actually be automated, but for the purposes of the demo, I'm going to create a brand new case. So for example, in this, I'm going to say it is for a boiler repair, and a customer is emailed or called in to say, I need help, boiler repair needed. Okay, what I'm going to do then is, let's say it came in from a email. It's by Andy. And it's linked to his account. I'm doing all this manually, but this will automatically be populated by Salesforce because Salesforce Field Service, Salesforce Service, and Salesforce Sales Cloud is all linked on one platform. So it shares the information and it'll all be in one place. So this is a high because it's in the middle of winter and they need heat. So this case has now been created. And from the case, what we can do then is from a single case, we can actually spin up a work order. So the case has all the information needed regarding the customer. So this is the customer. I can see here it's pulled in his account, it's pulled in his email, it's pulled in his phone number, everything I need regarding this particular customer. So what I want to do is I want to create a work order. So I'm going to click Create Work Order here. I am going to put in a work type as an emergency call out because, as I said, it's an emergency. The territory is in San Francisco, but this is fully customizable to your location. If you're based in the UK, it will be in the UK. If you're based in Ireland, it'll be in Ireland. So this is, again, customizable. I'm just going to pick boiler repair as the price book. So this also links your accounts, your accounting and your billing as well. So I'm going to pick that specific price book for boiler repair because that's already been set up for me in the background. And I'm going to click Save. So now a work order has been created. And if I click into my Field Service tab here, I can see that the work order number is there, the subject is there, it's linked to that account as well. So I'm going to click on the work order. Now this work order shows me what assets I needed for this particular type. So if it's a boiler repair, it could be things like any tools I need to repair a boiler. So that will be linked to those assets. Maybe it's replacement parts, maybe it's specific tools, whatever it is, it will be there and I can have access to what I need there as well. What I want to do now is I want to create an emergency appointment. So this is the emergency dispatch. I can see it's a service appointment there. It's an emergency call out. This is the address. And again, it's pulled that information from the customer. And the territory is the territory that's assigned to that customer who is currently in San Francisco. So if I click on emergency dispatch here, what it's going to do is it is going to load and it's actually going to show me a map view of my where my customer location is, and also who's available in the background. So this is where my customer location is, and I can see here that this person is 1 minute away, this technician is 8 minutes away, 13 minutes away, 15 minutes away as well. So this is a map view, and I can get an immediate snapshot of all of my resources. However, what I want to do actually is I want to see it from a list view. So I'm going to go into here and I can see, oh, right, my admin user here has 1 minute, ETA is 1 minute. So I'm actually going to dispatch this person because they're the closest. I'm going to click that. So this is going to give that admin user a notification that they have an emergency dispatch. Great. That's now been scheduled. So that service appointment is now been scheduled in the background. The customer will immediately get a notification via an SMS or an email that a technician is on their way and all the details of their appointment is done. So now what I want to show is that we also have on the specific work order, we also have work plans that you can see on the right-hand side here. Now, the work plan is something that can be fully customizable for your vertical or for your industry. So, for example, we have worked in the past with maybe insurance companies, and in the insurance industry, they might have specific work plans related to assessors that would need to go on site to make any assessments for insurance claims. So they might have specific work plans to follow or steps to follow. Maybe if you are in the construction industry, you could have surveyors that go on site and there's specific work orders that needs to be done to gather materials or things like that for pricing and billing and things like that and quoting as well. So again, this work plan is completely customizable. And as you can see here, it's a step-by-step view. So this is now how the work order has been created. An emergency service appointment has now been set out. What if you want to schedule just a regular appointment? So what we're going to do then is we're actually going to go into the field service tab. So you just click on the waffle here and you click on the field service and it will bring you to this page. It's just a matter of switching between apps. It's a single pane view. You don't have to log in and log out of multiple systems. It's all in one place. This is the beating heart of any service industry or service business, because this is the dispatcher console. This dispatcher console is the heart of your service operations. And if you can see here, you have everything that you need to schedule appointments, to reschedule appointments, to make changes as you need, and to see the capacity of your resources. It's all in one place. So if you see here, it says San Francisco, and these are all the resources I have available in this particular territory. If I want to see all of my territories, let's just select all and save. So this shows your multi-territory operations. So you have your San Francisco territory. These are all your resources. There's this territory, maybe in a different city or a different territory. These are all your resources available. It also can be divided into crews or teams. So you have different capacity as well for your different teams, and you can keep track of the capacity for your different resources as well. So, but for now, I just want to focus on my territory, which is San Francisco. So I'm just going to narrow the board just for this. And I can also see here then on the left-hand side, all the different appointments. So the ones in yellow are appointments that are either scheduled or dispatched. The ones that don't have any colors are ones that actually appointments that haven't been scheduled yet. So they're new appointments that have come in, but we haven't actually assigned any resources to them yet. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to see what my resource availability is like. So if I click into Alan, I can see here he has an average travel time of 3 hours and 34 minutes. If I go into related, I can see all the different skills that Alan has. So he's skilled in billing, break fix, electrical failures, things like that. I can also see a list view of his service appointments, any absences, and which territory that he's assigned to. If I go into the map view here, actually, it'll also actually show me his appointment for today, but it'll also show me his travel time from home and his routes as well. If I go into his calendar, it'll show me a calendar view of all of his appointments for today as well. So this just gives me a very quick snapshot, and I can go into my resources and get more information on them if I need to. let's say I actually now want to schedule my unscheduled appointments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on each of them and I'm going to click schedule. So if you can see here, it's loading to schedule the appointments, and it's going to do this by looking at their capacity. It's going to look into their skill set. It's going to look into their travel times, and the system is going to automatically schedule all of this for me based on what the customer needs and also the resources that are available. So if you can see here, just for today, there's one appointment deinstallation that's been scheduled for Alan. The other appointments have been moved to different days. So if I go to yesterday, I can see the appointment that's in green. So that's actually now been completed. If I go into today, these are the appointments for today. So you can actually see here, there's 2 appointments today that are overlapping. With Salesforce Field Service, you can also drag and drop. So I can actually move this appointment. And that's now been updated. The customer will also get an updated information of what's actually happening. That their appointment time has now been moved, and that's now been resolved as well. So drag and drop for any fast reassignment or urgent reprioritization. If I actually click into the appointment as well, I can get any details that I need regarding this specific appointment. So any is scheduled, who's the customer for, what the appointment is for, where they're at. I can also go into the work order, so the related work order. I can go into the line items and service appointment. I can also actually see on the map of where that customer is as well. What I can also do as well is I can reschedule if I need to. I can flag it if maybe there's been specific issues in the past with this particular customer. I can adjust the duration. So for example, if this job was supposed to only be for half a customer request and be for longer, or maybe it does take a little bit longer, I can then adjust the duration of that as well. And everything then will get automatically sorted out too. I can change the status, so to schedule, to dispatch, to if the technician's traveling, if it's in progress, things like that. The technician on his mobile app will be able to update the status of the appointment as well, and that will get automatically updated here on my dispatch console. So I'll get live updates of what's happening with the appointments as well. If for any reason the technician is unavailable to make that appointment, let's say, for example, he's unexpectedly sick, what we can also do is that we can also reschedule the appointment to someone who's nearby. So a technician that's nearby, we can reschedule it. We can just click group nearby and it will reschedule that appointment to another technician who's nearby to that particular customer as well. And we can also unschedule it if we need to and reassign it to somebody else. So there's many different things that you can do with this dispatch console. Next, what I'm going to show you is the mobile view of the technician. So now we have assigned the appointments to the different technicians. The customer has received the notification that the technician is on the way in real time. And now we're going to show you what the technician view is going to be like. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here for a second. And I am going to share my phone. So, all right. Okay, so share. Okay, just to check again, okay, thumbs up, brilliant, thank you, way ahead of me there. So this is the mobile view. So I'm actually going to go into my handy dandy field service app. So this app is available on the Salesforce App Store or App Exchange. Can't say App Store, that's it's copyrighted. Sorry, the Salesforce App Exchange, and it's easily downloadable on your phone, on your tablet, however you want your field service technicians to work off. They can just download the app and log into their account, and when they click on it, it will open your field service app. So if I just refresh that really quickly, I can see here all of my appointments for the day. my mobile appointments for the day. So I can see here, that's today, that's Wednesday. I've actually already completed my first appointment and I want to go into my second appointment, which is the boiler fix. So if I just click into that, it's going to show me the work order for that particular appointment that was just there. So on this app, I can actually see the address that I need to go to. If I click on get directions here, it's actually going to open my map view, either Google Maps or Apple Maps or whichever map view that you prefer. And it will show me my directions. It will also give me my ETA. Unfortunately, I'm currently based in Ireland, and for the purposes of the demo, the job is in San Francisco. So obviously it's not going to give me an ETA, otherwise it will take me forever to get there. However, when you are in the right location, it will actually give you your travel times as well. You will also have the technician will also be able to contact the customer for any kind of updates if they need to call them, if they need access to the site, or maybe there's things that they need to ask them. You can call, you can email, you can send them an SMS. However you want to do it, you can do it on this app. There's also assets. So if there's any specific assets, as I mentioned before, so let's say for the boiler repair, they might need, in this case, it's a starter kit, but for other examples, you can have things like different replacement parts, things like that that's related to this particular type of work order. It will be there, things like that as well. So if I go into my next tab here, which is a work plan. So this was the work plan that I showed you earlier on the browser, which was related to this work type. Again, like I mentioned, as a technician, it shows me a step-by-step view of what I need to do for this particular job. So for example, if I'm doing a solar installation, it'll give me step-by-step view of exactly what I need to do to install a solar product. Or if it is something like an assessor on site, there's specific things that I need to check. It will give me that step-by-step view, and I can then tick exactly when I've done it, and it will update the different steps as I go through it. It will update it and it will show me my everything that I need to get done there. If there are any forms that needs to be done, so for example, if it's part of my compliance that I need to have a safety assessment done of the site, or I actually need to do a vehicle inspection for the purposes of my MOT in the UK, or things like that. Maybe there's certain things I need to get, checklists I need to get done. I can do that as well. So I can start my safety assessment, and you can do this. The technician can do this either before they start the job, or during the job, or after the job. It all depends. This is fully customizable. So I'm not actually going to do all of them. I'm just going to complete it for the sake of time. So now that's all completed, and all of this now is saved on the app. It's saved on the Salesforce platform, and it's saved against the work order. It's saved against the customer record as well. So everything lives in one place. We call that the Salesforce Customer 360. So everything exists within Salesforce. It will be saved against Salesforce, and anyone who needs access or should have access will be able to go in and have a look at all of this. So the dispatcher back in the main headquarters will be able to see all of this updates as well in real time. So if we go into products again, so the products consumed here is basically anything that maybe the technician has something in the van, so it's that warehouse management piece. So if this technician has any products in the van or stock, let's just say, for example, maybe something like copper wiring that they're using for this particular job, they can then have those list those products here and say that this has been consumed. So we will know, or the people back in HQ know, right? So this asset has been used. We'll need to replace it ASAP once they get back. So it's just a little mini warehouse management system that we have within the Field Service app as well. If I click into the details tab, I can actually then see everything related, all the details relating to this particular appointment. So I can see the work type, I can see the priorities, I can see who it's related to, all the different things. And again, these fields are all customizable. These are just out of the box currently to show the very basic information that needs to be captured. However, depending on the type of business that you have, different industries have different information that you want to capture when you're out on a job. You can customize those as well. And if I go into related, I can actually see then all the different things that I need that are related to this work order. So for example, if I'm doing any type of quoting on site, maybe the customer is requesting more work to be done, or they need more work to be done, or the quoting hasn't been completed until I've actually finished the job, so I know exactly how much everything needs to cost. I can then put in the quotes for that as well. Timesheet entries, if you are managing timesheets, you can do that here as well. Any expenses, things like that. Also, I have access to articles, knowledge articles, things like that. So if I don't actually know how to do something, obviously nowadays you can chat GPT most things. However, in very specific industries, chat GPT is quite fallible. So I would suggest, if you do have specific knowledge articles, things like that, for maybe newer people who have joined, or maybe someone who just needs to refresh their knowledge on exactly what needs to be, how the job needs to be done, you can put that in here. They can get access to what they need very easily at their fingertips as well. So if I go back to my overview, I have now completed the job. I've worked step by step of what I need to do to fix this particular boiler. I've replaced the part. I've now made all the different updates that I need to. The customer looks pretty happy with all the work that's been done. So what I need to do now is I need to get sign off from the customer to make sure that they're happy with all the work that's been done, and also to have a record of everything that I've done today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click into actions. So this is kind of a pop-up here, and if I push it up a little bit, so what I can do with these actions as well is I can create a quote, I can create any return orders, I can also have a new order line item. So if any new orders come up, I can put that in. Again, time entry. Something that I forgot to mention earlier as well is the service appointment. So this piece here is actually quite important because it will update the customer on my travel time. So if I'm en route, I can just click en route and it will let the customer know that I'm on their way. So they will get, and when the appointment gets scheduled, the customer will know through the dispatcher console. They'll get a time that I'll be around. But again, depending on traffic and things like that, that time that isn't necessarily might be accurate. So I can give the customer real time. When I finish my previous job, I can give them real time updates on when I'm going to be there by clicking on route. And when I start a job, I can click check in, and when I completed the job, I can click check out to say I'm done and I've completed it. If I'm running late, I can put that in as well. I can change the appointment status here again, as I mentioned, to say that I'm working, so the dispatcher back in HQ will know exactly the status of the appointment. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've completed the job, I'm going to create a service document. So if I click on that, what it's going to do is it's actually going to create a full branded document. Now this is a template that's been created in the background, and it will have all the information relating to the job. I know it's quite small, so apologies for that. Let's see if I can, okay, there we go. We can scroll in here, so I can see all the account information, the appointment information, most importantly, any descriptions, any notes that I've taken, most importantly as well, the time that I've spent, also any of the line items, products consumed, the instructions, everything like that. Again, this is a template, so depending on what information you want surfaced to your customer, or what information you want captured, you can do that here as well. So what I want to do actually now is I want to get my customer to sign off on this. So I'm going to click add signature. So the customer can add their name. So they can either use their name as their signature, or they can just sign on, excuse my very ugly signature, but they can also sign on the iPad or tablet or phone, or whichever portable device that your technician has, and they can save it there as well. So now that's saved onto the document, and I'm going to generate. So it's the system is generating. So you can see here with the moving there that it is generating the document, and once the document's been generated, it's now saved on this record, but the customer will also receive a copy of the document in their email as well. So now that job's done, finished, let's go back to my page and I can move on to my next job there. So this app is my single source of truth for everything that I need to get the job done. I can also request absences. So for example, if I am sick, like I mentioned earlier, if the technician is sick, they can just put in it if they need a break, maybe if they're on their lunch, so they're not available, or non-availability, and then they can complete that, and the dispatcher back in HQ will get a notification of that as well. So this is the Salesforce Field Service app for the technician. Now if I go back to sorry, I'm just going to go back to my browser, and this is now just a very, very, very simple dashboard of reports. Now, this is a Salesforce dashboard that contains reports based on all the information that exists within Field Service, but it can also pull information if you have your service teams, your sales teams, whatever it is. If the information exists in Salesforce, you'll be able to report on it. And these are drag and drop dashboards. They're clicks, not code, so it's very easy to create. It pulls the information in near real time. So your service manager or customer service manager will be able to get up-to-date information and metrics and performance insights straight away, and they would be accurate based on the information that's been input into them as well. So as you can see here, for this dashboard, I'm viewing it as a service manager. I can see my work order count, how many work orders that's come in. That's quite a lot of work orders, but that's great. It's more work for us. What is the first time fixed rate? It's 100%. That's extremely positive. So the rate is fixed 100% the first time. So work order by account. So I can see how the customers, how many work orders that they've created, how many issues my customers are having, repeated issues. So these are performance metrics. Insights that you can get from them as well. So you can get your work order priorities, work order status, your service appointment status. So you can see here we have 144 scheduled, we have 59 that is unscheduled, and then we have here that 10 that have been completed. Maybe this is just for today. And work order by month. And this is just a visual snapshot of the KPIs and reports that I need as a service manager to know what's happening with my service team. So I get live performance insights, not end of the month surprises that everybody dreads. So this is our field service very quick demonstration. I hope I didn't go too fast. And if you do have any questions, please keep them for the, you can type them in, but we can review them at the end of the webinar. Thank you.